Hey there, YouTube. I want to take a minute to talk about this Mechanism Inventory Sling bag. It's by a company called Mechanism, previously known as DeckMate, that is most famously known for their line of handheld gaming accessories. So they started out as DeckMate because I believe the founder bought a Steam Deck and he realized that he wanted to put some attachments on it, and what he wanted just didn't exist, and so he went and made it himself. So I really love this company. I love kind of what they stand for, what they represent. I love their products in general. I've been using these clips for years now. I have them on the back of my phone and on my charging docks and things, and they work really well. They also frequently supply 3D models for, I think, just about all of their products that you can print them out yourself at home. So I think that's really awesome. Now, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a reviewer. I just really was interested in this bag, and I didn't see a single other video out there showing off this bag, or let alone reviewing it. So I'm primarily making this for the owners of the company, the makers of the bag, so that they can see my thoughts on it and make some improvements for revision 2. And for anybody who is thinking about picking up this bag, I want to tell you the pros and cons of it so that you can decide if this is the right bag for you. The first thing I'll say right off the bat is, just like with pretty much any product that I have gotten from this company, the build is really nice quality material. I like it a lot. They do not skimp on the little things. These clips over here are metal and they feel really nice. I will cut to the chase. I'm going to say I do plan on returning this bag. It didn't quite work for what I was looking for, but that doesn't mean that it can't work for you. So as I lay through the pros and cons, I might mention things about, for example, this clip. Part of me wants to keep this bag just because I like this clip so much. So if you're making a version 2 of this, keep this clip. It's really nice. This is intended to be a crossbody bag. I really like the way that they did this adjustable strap. There's no flappy bit as you tighten it and extend it. You know, it'll bubble up like that, but you just pull it tight and it sits flat. It's really nice. There's some little loops here. I'm not sure if you're supposed to clip things to that or if it's just to help keep the strap together. I think it's intended to keep the strap together. By the way, I'm not going to edit this. I'm not a YouTuber. This is just going to be one long shot. They added things like, this is a kickstand for your phone that has their universal attachment. They added mounting points for their universal attachments onto the bag, onto the strap, and there's one inside, and I think that's fantastic. That was one of the things that really drew me to the bag. I do think that this one, for me personally, is a little low. It's a little too close to the bag. I would have liked to seen it maybe another inch or so up, or heck, give me 2 of them. That'd be sick. I was planning on maybe mounting a battery pack here, and then I can have it with a cable hanging out to my phone in my hand, and it was just a little uncomfortably close to this pivot point for me, but I was also using a very large battery bank. So if you're going to put something smaller there, like if you really want to have a kickstand outside your bag, sure, you could do that. That's not a problem. They are also reversible. You can mount it this way or you can mount it this way, and it works perfectly fine. Going across the back of the bag, there is this strap, completely removable with these super nice little clips, and they just slide right out. This is your luggage strap that stays on whether you remove this or not. Also super nice. I like it a lot. Everything is flat and flush. I do have my tape measure here to help with some of the specifics, because that was another thing I found. It's hard to get dimensions on this thing. So as far as your strap goes, you're looking at about 8.5 inches. I happen to use a luggage bag where the bars are all the way on the outside of the luggage, so I could not get this over my luggage strap. If you have a regular rolling luggage, I think you're going to have no problem. But for me, it doesn't work. I'd probably have to use this strap and just tighten it all the way. And it might be a little loose, but I think that would be fine. Now as we open up, let's go to the main compartment first. We're going to open this thing up. Let's do some overall dimensions. We got just about 12 inches total length. This way you're looking at about 5 inches. If I smush it down, maybe 4. Height, you're looking at about 6 inches. So the main reason that this bag is not really working for me, by the way, these zippers, very nice. They're YKK, they're kind of watertight, they're really nice. The main reason that this bag didn't really work for me is because the makers of this bag decided to, the way they were going to protect your device, particularly the Steam Deck, you can certainly put a switch in here. I don't know if an ROG Ally will fit. I think that on their website they say that it does, maybe a little snug. But the main way that they decided that they were going to protect your device was with padding. Some other bags you'll see use plastic. They'll have a molded plastic to protect the device, and they decided to go with padding. The padding makes the bag feel super premium and nice, but they almost went too far to where you can't fit stuff in here because there's so much padding. So if you take a regular Steam Deck, you shunk it right into the bag, no problem. Totally great. There is a foam taco in here that will protect the front and the back, the screen. I'm doing this backwards, so I'm a little fumbly with it. Yeah, that's a little nicer. So, fits in there, no problem. Completely protected. I would not be worried about this at all. I did see a complaint on their website that somebody thought there was not enough padding on the ends here. I can see that complaint. You know, the foam kind of extends past the device, but if you were to have it land inside on a pointy rock, yeah, you might have a problem there. But the designers said that they didn't want to have the bag be any bigger than it had to be, and I think they went the right route. I don't think that you need a bunch of padding on the outsides. Like I said, I think they already went a little overboard with the padding. So I'm going to take the Steam Deck out with the foam taco. The foam taco has a really nice Velcro strip to the middle. It's that like plastic low profile Velcro. And just typical foam taco. You can see they even did, it's thinner so that it lays flat on the bottom. And that's the kind of quality construction that I've seen from this company. So I like this. There is probably maybe a ½ inch or less padding on the back here. It's a ½ inch. No, yeah, there's probably about a ½ inch. There's a ½ inch padding on the back here, along with a kind of stretchy pocket. Then there is another ½ inch of foam separating the main compartment to the front compartment. So I'll show you that here. Like I said, I'm shipping this back, so I put all the paper back into it. But they have marked out in orange this charging pass-through. And what that allows you to do is you can pass a cable from the front to the back, and this charging pass-through, this padded wall is about another ½ inch. So you have a ½ inch on the back, a ½ inch here, and a ½ inch here on the front. Plus 2 ½ inches or more of padding here. So you're talking 1, 2, 2.5 to 3 inches of padding from back to front in this bag. And that's 3 inches that you don't have to put other stuff. Now, once you take the foam taco out, I'm somebody who likes to work with the D brand kill switch. Now, with all the padding in this bag, honestly, you don't need a kill switch if you're going to put it in this bag. But I like to have my device protected all the time, not just when it's in the bag. Especially, I got a niece running around, so I get paranoid that accidents are going to happen. So, if I slip this thing back into the kill switch, there we go. It does not fit nicely into the bag. You can do it. It'll close, but you know, part of why I like things like this is because they're dedicated. They're supposed to be easy for this specific thing that you're using it for. But what I did find was I'm going to put the cover on here. Oop. I'll put the cover on here. There we go. If I take the foam taco out, you can set it in pretty nicely. It still struggles to zip over these corners, but if you just set the whole device in upside down, then it really closes no problem. If I were going to daily run this thing and I had to do it this way, no issues there at all. It does take away from the charging pass-through, this thing. So if you were to have a small battery bank in the front, you want to run a cable through, you can't charge it because the Steam Deck has a port on the top. So if it's in there upside down, you can't charge it. Not that I'm sure you could charge it if it was right side up. Once this thing's in here, let me see if I can show this. There's not a lot of room up here for this cable to be able to pass through. If you had a right angle cable, that would probably work just fine. Maybe an adapter. I don't always trust adapters. I feel like they wobble and fall out and all that. If you had a really nice one, that might be fine. But I'm probably never going to do that. I would be really worried about my cable getting damaged because as soon as I zip this thing up, there's not a lot of space there. So if you have a device that works for it, great. And I'm going to stick this right back in here. Now let's move to the front of the bag. Here you can see another utility clip spot. This is where they advertise that you can put your kickstand there, but because their mounts are universal, you can mount anything you want to there. And up front here, you have a nice flat wall. It has a mesh pocket in here. This wall is, let's see, this area is just under 10 inches. The pocket runs basically the entire length, but this depth here, I'm sorry for my poor lighting. I'm going to try to adjust here. There we go. That might help. There we go. This depth from where the wall is to where this back wall is, we're looking at about 3/4 of an inch. I think you could push it to an inch, so about 1/2 inch to an inch. I'd say comfortably 3/4. I don't even have the Steam Deck in here right now, but I think that would be about right. So you have about 3/4 of an inch flat by, what I say, 10 inches by 4.5 inches. And this is the main problem that I have with this bag, is that if you need a bag that will hold and really protect just your Steam Deck and a cable, then this is awesome. The quality is really nice. I really like to have a little like splash of orange here. They make this bag in black now. I really like the straps and the clips and everything. But for me, I want to be able to hold just a little bit more than that. I really think that if we were able to eat away some of the padding in this, maybe do a plastic rigid protection for the devices in here, and perhaps let it grow a little bit. I know the company was trying to keep it as slim as possible, but this thing fits a Steam Deck. You're already working with a larger bag. So having it be an extra 1/2 inch thicker, I think would be probably a worthwhile modification. I also found the organization that they have in here. So because you close this door, now anything that you put in this mesh pocket and anything that you might put in these little elastic bands is sharing 3/4 of an inch space. And for me at least, that just wasn't enough. Yeah, I could probably put a phone and a wallet, but I want to have a battery bank in there. So you could put a phone and a wallet. My battery bank I don't think I have it readily available. Here, we'll use this one. This is just a random battery bank that came with a device off of Amazon. But you're talking, 2 ports thick. You put that in here, and you can no longer use the other side because it takes up the entire space, So if you want to put this clip, that has taken up both sides. So now your pocket back here is 2 inches shorter. Then you might put this battery bank, and let's do some headphones here. I like the concept of these straps. I will never coil these up so nice that they fit behind that strap. I'm 100% of the time I'm throwing it in a big mesh pocket if there's one available. That's just me. And then I'm going to grab here's a really short USB cable. I typically use a longer one than this, but this is what I have readily available. That'll fit just fine. And then let's say I want to put my phone in here. I can't. It won't close because of the battery bank and the phone. I'm sure there's a way I could puzzle piece this. I could squeeze that, and then maybe a wallet. I could probably make that work, but I'm not comfortable about it. I don't love that. It's just a little bit too small. Like I said, if you want this for as a replacement to something like the kill switch, that's where this bag is great. If you just need it to protect the device and maybe a couple accessories specific to that device, this thing is awesome. If you're looking for this to be a day pack that, I'm going to walk around town, I'm going to bring this, I'm going to bring a charger in case they run out, that's where this bag really falls out as far as being a good day pack bag. So, I hope that helps. Like I said, I think that the company is great, the stuff that they make is great, the quality of the bag is great. Notes for the creators of the bag. All the materials are awesome. I think you went too far with the padding, and you should try to find some rigid materials that might do protection that's thinner. I think you could stand to grow it a little bit. These elastic straps, cool concept, but I don't think they're actually practical. This zipper pocket, I could take it or leave it. Sometimes you want something extra secure, but it's already zipped up in here. I don't know if I'll ever actually use that. It's a teeny tiny little zipper for an okay sized pocket. I love the clip idea, but I really need you to tell me what to put in here, because I don't use my kickstand very often. So I'd love to hear your guys' creativity as to what should go here. What you might even do is partner with a battery bank company. Make your own battery bank with that clip already in it. Maybe do a male and female side built into the battery bank, something nice and slim. That would be sick. I would buy that in a heartbeat. You got to be over like 5 or 10,000 milliamps though. If it's any smaller than that, then I don't know about that. But I don't know how feasible that is, but that's just right off the dome. So that's it. That's the mechanism bag. I hope that this helps if you're thinking about shopping for this thing. Like I said, if you need a bag that just does your Steam Deck, this thing is awesome. It's about $70 at time of recording. I think it's $79. I think it's $80, which is more expensive than most any other bag I've seen on the market. So it was a little bit of a stretch for me. I think if it was cheaper, I wouldn't worry as much about it. But because I like the company, because I like the product, because of the price, I wanted to put my thoughts out there. Thanks.